Hi, everyone. I can see that our attendees are jumping over to this session from the previous session, so I'm just going to give one extra minute to let everybody go ahead and join the final closing session. Thank you so much. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all have had a productive half day of the second annual local partner transition meeting. Thank you to all of our panelists and presenters from earlier today. We really appreciate your participation. I hope the last concurrent sessions went really well. And we look forward to the next few days and being able to continue the dialogue. My name is Catherine Hoflick, and I'm the Senior Capacity Advisor on the Capacity Building and Partnership Branch at USAID Washington. I'm going to take you through our plans on the feedback sessions that are going to occur on day 3, and also the topics that we'll be covering in day 4, which is our communities of practice setting up with local partners only on Friday. See, as you know, we're all in this together, whether you're at the embassy and the mission in Kenya, or you sit in USAID Washington, or you're a local partner implementing in Guatemala, Eswatini, Lesotho. We're all in this together, trying to achieve that same goal of epidemic control. We know that everyone faces challenges, from USAID to our local partners. Everyone is facing challenges along the way, doing great work. But on day 3, we're going to have multiple concurrent sessions across several topics to hear from you about the challenges that you have been facing, both USAID and local partners in the implementation. We want to work together to come up with solutions to make COP20 a very successful year. So, looking at these 5 topics, we're going to have 10 concurrent sessions across these 5 categories to take a deeper dive into what have been your challenges and what are the solutions that we can work up on together. So at the end of day 3, we will be reporting back to the OHA front office leadership, as well as mission directors, on what those solutions are. So it's an opportunity for all of us to feed back to USAID leadership at quite a high level on what those solutions can be. Now we want to hear from you, so we're going to have another Menti poll. Thank you so much to FPD for helping us to arrange these. So if you could, using your phone or the browser, go to www.menti.com. It'll prompt you, as you can see here in the screenshot, to put in a code, 3780758. It'll give you the opportunity to choose which topics interest you the most. Of those 5 that were on the previous slide, they appear here again: staffing and oversight, local context, policies and procedures, local partner capacity, and communications. So if you could go into the Menti and put in your feedback. Some of the questions are for USAID staff, some of the questions are for local partners, so please be sure to answer the ones that pertain to you. Following the questions about day 3, where we're going to discuss the challenges and solutions, there's another few questions about our day 4, which is a local partner only sessions focused around 4 different types of communities of practice. These are gender, finance and compliance, monitoring and evaluation, governance and leadership. Local partners will have the opportunity to join these communities of practice, set them up, and continue the good work that we are starting on day 3 of solving those challenges and helping one another to find the solutions. So I hope people have gone to the www.menti.com, put in that code that appears on the screen, 3780758, which Suzanne has also included in the chat box. And then I'll turn it over to Suzanne to be able to present her screen to show us what the results are coming in. Suzanne, I will stop sharing and turn it over to you.
Great, thank you. I see 36 people have logged in and have started answering. So again, to remind people, www.menti.com, code 3780758. And now I will share my screen. Okay, can you confirm that you can see my Menti poll?
I can, Suzanne.
Okay, good. Okay, so the first question, we wanted to understand level of participation. We understand it's a 4-day conference, and we wanted to find out from you how many of you are planning to participate in the day 3 session. So far, we have 23 local partners committing and 18 USAID officials. We still have time to collect, and we will keep this poll running in case people are struggling to log in and do want to contribute. And we will be using these results to plan for the number and the topics of the breakaway session. Catherine, please advise, would you like me to keep on waiting or should we proceed? There are 52 responses currently.
Great, I'm really encouraged to see that people are logging in and registering their thoughts. It would be great to see what the next question holds in terms of some of those topics.
Okay, I know it's small on there, but you could read it when you are completing. So far, we've had 12 people excluded because they're not local partners. Local partner capacity is the main biggest topic of interest, followed by staffing oversight, which is the green bar. And then we've got 5 people for policies and procedures, 1 for communication so far, and 4 for local context. So this is the area of interest for local partners so far. We will be using your input to plan the number of sessions per topic. Shall I proceed to the next one, Catherine?
Sure.
Okay. Biggest challenges. So this one is for USAID officials. So 17 of you opted out. And USAID is equally interested in the local partner capacity as the biggest area of concern. And then the staffing oversight as well as policies procedures seem to be the main area of interest, followed by local context and communications. 62 responses so far. Thank you. Okay. And then there's one more question. This is about us planning where we need interpreter services. So what we will want to do is we will intend to set up interpreter services on selected sessions. And Catherine, can I ask from your side if there are any specific requests or requirement from your side around interpreter services? We will have 2 interpreters available per language and be able to cover 2 sessions. Okay, so we've got some French and Spanish speaking participants. So those of you who are interested to participate and request the services of a French or Spanish speaking interpreter at this breakaway group on the day 3, please send us an email at USAID local partners so we are clear with which topic you are most interested in. Okay, good. Then I would like to ask Catherine, the next questions are about the community of practice. Should I
Yes, let's see what folks have to say about day 4.
Okay. Okay. Catherine, will you provide a bit of context, or would you like me to provide the context?
Sure. So building off of our discussions in the day 3 challenges and solutions day, we recognize that local partners, the learning doesn't stop today, doesn't stop here in this session, and we really want to see the lessons and what we learned in this meeting to continue. The engagement of local partners with one another to continue to solve those challenges and come up with solutions together. So we're creating communities of practice around 4 general areas that we can use to continue the learning and continue the engagement. So on day 4, it will be a local partners only. USAID will not be attending. Our colleagues from the ASAP project will be leading this day, and we'll be discussing 4 topical areas. Perhaps people have had an opportunity to register which ones that they're interested in. Oh, I can see that there's a lot of interest. We knew that monitoring and evaluation based on the feedback through the registration portal, we knew that that was going to be a big one for people. And excited to see that governance and leadership is up there tying for first with monitoring and evaluation.
Good. So these polls, we are downloading them at the end, and they will be part of the material that can be accessed by delegates if they're interested in them as well. But thank you very much for everyone's participation and for sharing your areas of interest and the voice to assist us in our planning processes. So thank you for taking the time.
All right, Suzanne, I guess I can share my screen again.
Yep, I am no longer sharing.
Great. All right, so for those of you who are only joining now, I can see we're going 202, 203 participants. So for those of you who didn't see it before, we just did a Menti poll. The poll remains open for a while longer, so you can go to www.menti.com, put in this code, and register your opinion about which topics that you're interested in joining and the discussion about on day 3, and also for local partners, which communities of practice are most popular or most biting in terms of the questions, and that you want to continue the learning and growth there. So thank you so much for participating in the Menti poll. As I said, we'll leave it up for a little while longer so that people can continue to vote. And then I also wanted to give you a reminder that we have a compliance guru at our disposal at the end of the day, each day, and to ask your burning questions. So this is a USAID free zone, and Doug Franke of Sustainability Solutions will be there to answer any of those burning questions you may have about compliance, audit, financial management. And I've known Doug for many years, and I know that if he doesn't have the answer to your question, the answer probably doesn't exist. So I really hope that local partners take advantage of this great resource that we are making available to ask any of those burning compliance issues. No question is too big or too small for this session. So please do join the session. It's at the end of our sessions after the closing. And just a preview of tomorrow. Our day 2 is chock-a-block packed with concurrent sessions. So we wanted to give you a preview now so that you can start thinking about which sessions you want to join. In the early morning hours, we have 3 concurrent sessions in the first block, and then we have 3 concurrent sessions in the second block. The final block of concurrent sessions will have 4 different topics. So really go ahead, you can go into the on-air platform and see all of these. You can put a star next to the ones that you want to participate in. And then tomorrow, when it's time, you can join those sessions. So we have subaward management, whistleblower systems, which is a new requirement, viral load suppression, MMD, and decentralized drug distribution, a hot topic in these COVID times. Our colleagues from the DREAMS teams are going to be talking about improving services. And then our HRH, Human Resources for Health, will be also presenting. And as I said, the last concurrent session, the 9:30 Eastern or 15:35 in Central Africa time, we have 4 different options. So really, really rich day tomorrow. I think there's something for everybody to learn from our local partners, implementation challenges and successes. Just one last bit of housekeeping. Just a reminder that all of our sessions are very tightly timed, so please log in on time, and they start on time and will end on time. Please make sure for those colleagues speaking French, Spanish, or Portuguese, you have that option of the translation there in the Zoom platform at the bottom of your screen as an option. At the end of each session, we also have a Zoom poll that pops up. And so please, we want to continue capturing your feedback, growing, doing better. And this is how we'll do it, to hear from you through the Zoom polls. I think a lot of you, I can see quite a few people putting things in the chats and the Q&A buttons. So please keep engaging, keep sending those questions through. And if we aren't able to answer your questions in the session, we will find a way to make sure we get back to you with those answers. And so another way to engage is through our posters. Our local partners and USAID have gone through a lot of effort to put together posters on various topics. And so through the on-air platform, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see explore the posters and an opportunity also to connect with other delegates. On the right-hand side of the on-air platform, you can click connect with other delegates and see the list of everybody who's registered and set up a chat or a meeting with them. So you can do that through the platform. And I know a lot of people have put in the chat and asked in all of the sessions whether or not they can have the slides. So yes, we will make the slides and the recordings available. They should be available on the on-air platform during the meeting, but they'll also be posted on the ASAP website where their webinars are posted. So therefore, posterity. And finally, I know we've had a few people who have had a challenge connecting through the on-air platform or on the Zoom. So if you or any of your colleagues are struggling to connect, here's the email address where you can write to get some support on your joining or if you're having troubleshooting issues. If you're on the on-air platform, you can always ask for live support. It's a red button at the top of your screen. So please feel free to engage that way as well. And finally, just a really big thank you to everyone who presented today, engaged today, from Clint, Debbie, Callie, our panelists in the OVC, OSI, and HTS panels. A really big thank you for all your work today and all that you put into having a successful first day of our virtual annual local partners meeting. I look forward to seeing you all on here again tomorrow. Keep those questions coming and please feel free to reach out. Again, I'll put that email address back up so that if you have any questions, please do reach out. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or afternoon, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.
Test 1, 2. Atlanta, hello. Hello. Echo. Test 1, 2. Test, test. Atlanta, can you? Moji, can you hear a bad echo? Okay, thank you. Moji, can you hear me now? Perfect, no echo. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. Okay, well, this is Doug. I hope to see you tomorrow, as Catherine said. Certainly later, of course, will be open, and all questions on compliance, auditing, everything you need to know about being on the good side of the U.S. government without U.S. aid participation. All questions are certainly going to be valid. Everything's anonymous, and we look forward to assisting you there. I'm just trying to test this because when I go in through Zoom, it had that horrible echo. So certainly we're going to sort that out tonight. Let's just see here, chat.